Good morning. Today, our group will be presenting the life of Frederick Taylor to you.
Frederick Winslow Taylor was born on March 20, 1856 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Frederick is the son of Franklin Taylor and Emily Annette Winslow. Frederick had a wife named Louise Spooner and had 3 kids, Kempton, Robert, and Elizabeth, who were all adopted orphans. Frederick was an efficiency expert in management consulting. He was known as the father of scientific management and efficiency movement. In 1902, Frederick was awarded the Elliott Treason Medal. In March of 1915, Frederick died at the age of 59 due to pneumonia. Frederick was interested in attending Harvard University, but instead took an apprenticeship in his family's business.
In 1911, Frederick Taylor published his work, The Principles of Scientific Management, in which he described how the application of the scientific method to the management of workers could greatly improve productivity. He changed the way tasks were performed, and he simplified jobs enough so that workers could be trained to perform in the best way possible. Prior to scientific management, work was performed by skilled craftsmen who had learned their jobs during long periods of time. Scientific management converted skilled crafts into a series of simplified jobs that could be performed by unskilled workers who could easily be trained. Taylor became interested in improving worker productivity early in his career when he observed huge inefficiencies during his contact with steel workers. And after years of various experiments, Taylor proposed the following 4 principles of scientific management. First off, he decided to replace rule-of-thumb work methods with methods based on scientific study. He would scientifically select, train, and develop each worker rather than passively leaving them to train themselves. He would cooperate with the workers to ensure that the scientifically developed methods are being followed. And finally, he would divide the work equally between managers and workers so that the managers apply scientific management principles to planning the work, and the workers could actually perform them. Therefore, Taylor clearly cared for time management and wanted workers to do their jobs quickly, easily, and most importantly, efficiently.
The principles of Taylor's scientific management theory became widely practiced, and the resulting cooperation between workers and managers eventually developed into the teamwork we enjoy today. While Taylorism in a pure sense isn't practiced much today, scientific management did provide many significant contributions to the advancement of management practice. It introduced systematic selection and training procedures. It provided a way to study workplace efficiency and encouraged the idea of systematic organization design. This element of his theory is still widely used by managers today, which is evident in the fast food chain McDonald's, who used one standardized process example to make a burger which workers have to follow. The standardized process and the 5 principles of scientific management put together have evidently been used and proved to be the best way for such organizations to reach their ultimately productivity, as did the world's leading fast food chains.
Frederick Winslow Taylor is most like a scientific managing leader. He thinks that a good management has to raise its efficiency for its fundamental purpose. By standardized management, leaders should choose the best worker to work a fixed amount of work instead of working as much as you can, to build good relationships between employer and employees. For example, the steel company Taylor stated that each worker in a loading group should load 12.5 tons of steel per day. Leaders turn the actions, time, how much can a worker afford, all into calculation. He then asks workers to follow the schedules to work, and each worker actually loads 47.5 tons of steel per day, and their wages raise from $1.15 to $1.85. This shows how little scientific management looks at, taking off every step unneeded and increase the efficiency as possible as they can.